morning once again. This is Teacher Joker, and for today's class, our subject is science. Since we are finished with our topic before, which is about the habitats of plants, today we're going to continue our lesson, which is about the habitats of animals. Already? Okay, so let's start. And what is habitat again? When we say habitat, it's a place where animals and plants live. Okay, so this is the place where animals and plants live. So what are the habitats of animals, or where do animals live? So these are just some of the places where animals can live. First is we have desert, forest, grassland, water, and mountain, and many more. So some animals live in the water, like ocean, sea, and river. So what are the animals that can live in the ocean, or in the sea and river? We have here fish. Fish can live in the ocean, sea, and river. Turtle, for example, tortoise, sharks, and others. Okay, so some animals also live in the river, like crocodile. Next is some animals live in the desert. Some animals live in the desert, like camel, snakes, and scorpion, for example. There are also animals who can live in the mountain. So this is what we call mountain. And what are those animals that can live in the mountain? We have here cougar, birds, for example, giant panda. Okay, there are animals that can live in the desert but cannot live in the mountain. There are animals living in the mountain that cannot live in the desert. There are also animals that live in the grassland that cannot live in the mountain. So it depends on their way of living. Okay, so these are just few examples of the animals that can live in the mountain. And there are also animals that can live in the mountain and they can also live in the grassland. Okay, like for bear, they can live in the grassland, they can live also in the mountain. Okay, so next is grassland. So animals can live also in the grassland. So when you say grassland, this is how it look like. It's a flat area wherein full of grasses and shrubs. And some animals live in the grassland. And what are the animals that can live in the grassland? We have here zebra, elephant, deer, cheetah, lion, and others. So these are just examples of the animals that can live in the grassland. Okay class, so before we end up the lesson, let's review first what are the habitats of animals that we mentioned a while ago. We have here desert, forest, grassland, water, and mountains. So these are just some places where animals can live. So for your activity today class, you're going to write the vocabulary about the habitats of animals on your notebook. So read the vocabulary and please don't forget to send your video in our group line this afternoon. Okay? So that will be your activity for today. Again, write the vocabulary and then read it with video.